couple days ago, I was sitting at my desk, and I wondered in my head, what would happen if I put this old laptop that I have inside of a box to use as a test bench? And then it hit me, what would happen if I made a Windows PC inside of a MacBook box? Craziest idea ever, but I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it for those of you who want to be spoiled. If you don't want to be spoiled, skip to this time mark. However, just to kind of make the title a little bit less clickbaity, we did not end up fulfilling the goal of this challenge. We got a pretty good first benchmark going, but I think I cannot do this. I may keep it and try to touch upon it later, but you'll figure out what we're doing with it at the end of the video. Stay tuned for that, or skip to this timestamp. I don't know why I give timestamps out for everything, bro. Anywho, this is kind of poorly recorded too, keep that in mind. Most of it was just me voice recording. I'll try to put something interesting on the screen, like a game, me playing a game or something. Ooh, me benchmarking the GT 1030. Put that up on the screen. That's what we need up on the screen. Yeah. For any of the black spots. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks, Grant. Okay, so I know that it's very unlikely that you just want the voiceover for all of it. So I'm gonna butt in here and say that here's my thought process at the moment. I opened up the MacBook box and I checked the thing out, and I realized that all it was cardboard on the bottom. So Apple was decently cheap. It's a pretty good box, except I don't think there's anything past this bottom, and I do like the extra layer of protection that the cardboard gives us, because ideally no one opens it up. Right now what I'm thinking, okay, this is way too boring, and yeah, I'm even getting bored editing this, and I've just decided I'm going to listen to all the voiceovers and tell you what I hear, and if there's anything actually on the screen, I'll tell you. Basically, right now my thought process is, I know I can't screw anything down to the box itself, because the margins I have from the box to the table are very small, so I can't, like, put a standoff in there. Looking back, I could have hot glued standoffs in there, but there just wasn't enough room for the standoffs to actually be in there, and we end up clipping some off as a result of that. So, right now my thought process and my kind of ideal is I'm going to have the box with cardboard cut out for the IO, cardboard cut out for the left USB, and a spot for the charging port on the back. That's kind of my vision at the moment. And I was going to use the MacBook only and the knife. Now, it did turn out something like this, but you'll have to see. Let's go to the next segment. This isn't for you, it's for me. Okay, so we're going to take out the NVMe first. That goes here, next to the RAM. CPU, fan, and everything's here. That screws in here. Wi-Fi cards here. This is basically just a big picture for myself. So, like, yeah, just keep that in mind while you're doing it, Grant. Battery went here. Battery plugs into this. It's labeled, so this should be decently easy. Says SSD. This should be labeled hard drive somewhere. This is where the hard drive goes in. And then that's pretty much it. It says fan here because that's the fan connector. Like, it's pretty well labeled, so you should be pretty good. Yeah, good luck. Guys, guess what? So as I'm removing things like a big brain genius, I come up with the greatest idea of all time. Instead of just having IO ports and box and computer things inside the box, I wanted to put the trackpad from the keyboard from the laptop on top of the box. Ambitious, I know, but we'll see how that goes. I just can't believe I called myself a genius and now I'm doing this. So do not try this at home. However, I screwed and screwed and screwed like an idiot and stripped the screw that attached a Wi-Fi card to a standoff, and said Wi-Fi card Honestly, I'm not going to use Wi-Fi. I'm going to use Ethernet. There's an Ethernet port on the I/O. I am going to use that, and I know that. So what I do is I just scrape off that standoff and rip it out of the socket. Then we get to the heatsink, and said heatsink, I also stripped a screw, which was the worst possible time to strip a screw. So I did the exact same method by taking off the top corner of one of the things, just completely taking it off. Only having 3 screws I don't think affects performance, especially since honestly I was not going to be using this laptop for performance. This would be something I either showed off or something I literally just did schoolwork, maybe a backup computer. So I was not focused on thermals and performance, as you'll see, but I still can't believe I stripped 2 screws in less than 5 minutes and then had to pry both of them off like metal. So I'm hopefully showing you these clips here, but holy moly. Come with me and you'll see a wonderful place. They always tell you not to do this, but okay. In the next clip, basically, I took the motherboard off of the chassis, but when I went to go do it, something happened with the screen. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it just was that I had to remove the screen, and that was a pain in the butt. Once I got the screen removed, the motherboard popped right off of all its standoffs and everything, so now it was time to remove the trackpad for my magic box. So my vision's now ruined. I went to remove the mouse pad, and I don't know if y'all can see that good, but I broke the mouse pad. Great. That was fine. It probably wasn't going to work out anyways, but everything's out. We have an empty slate for the box, so I'm going to start transplanting everything into the box. This should be fun. All I'm going to say is it wasn't fun. So, in order to get the battery on there, you have to put the battery in horizontally. And I should have a photo of this, but you have to put the battery in horizontally. It's not cable like I thought it was going to be. It connects directly to the motherboard. So the motherboard and the battery have to lay horizontally. You can't put them in vertically like I thought. And besides, the motherboard wouldn't even have fit vertically. I would have had to cut things anyways. So I looked at the motherboard and I saw places where there were no traces, no things, no nothing, like completely safe zones where standoffs were, not standoffs, but you know, the holes for the standoffs, and I cut those things off, bent them a little bit so it could fit in the box. If you're thinking about doing what I said at the end of this video, please, I did not break the motherboard. I cut off the copper little hole things. There was no motherboard damage. I can't say that for certain, but I am about 90% confident that there was no motherboard damage done to the laptop while putting it inside of the box. Welcome to installing TP110 unofficially with Grant Yonker. Yay! On today's episode of installing TP110, we're installing it onto the CPU and integrate graphics onto a laptop. Really gotta get it on there really nicely. A little bit goes a long way. Am I right, boys? Yay. There we go. For laptops, a lot does do a good bit, but I think that's it. Thank you everyone for watching today's episode of installing TP110. And then after that, basically for the next 10 to 15 minutes, all I did was cut holes in the boxes so all the I/O could stick out and the left USB could stick out and the power could stick out. I did all of that, and now we cut to hopefully me showing it off, maybe. So this is the prototype for MacBook in the box. This USB header is here. It's gonna poke out there. We have the I/O all right there. And then we have the power on the back. This is what the inside looks like. We have the hard drive, the NVMe, the battery, the RAM, and the CPU. Looks pretty nice. The fan's supposed to be here, but it couldn't fit, so I just put it on top. What's the difference? I do just want to test this. I have the box right here. I want to see if it'll close and still look nice. Ooh, okay, this is rough. Oh my god. MacBook in a PC in a MacBook. The only thing is this sticks out, but seriously, you could pull up to a party and just like a LAN party, open up your oh, that's so cool. We may want to cut through this top box so we can get more of an immersive, like it's cut out on all sides type thing, but that's just something I'll have to decide on what to do. Or we could put like a layer on top here, like plastic or something, to seal this up with a lid. It's so cool. This is so cool. Thank you everyone for watching. If this is the last of it, I think I'm going to do some more work on this and post a YouTube short in a couple days on the finished product, or just include it in this video. Bye-bye. Okay, so I thought there was an actual video clip of me saying this. So basically, after I filmed that, I took it down my stairs, went into an electrical outlet in the room, just in case something caught fire. You know, so it was easier to contain at the fire extinguisher and everything. I was being safe. I plug it into the wall, plug it into the computer, and I'm jiggling my mouse, and then I get some metal to try to shock the pins. Nothing's working to turn it on. I'm like, oh crap. So I unplug everything, lug it back up the stairs, grab the keyboard, plug the keyboard back into the slot, and mash the power button on the keyboard. That also didn't work. So I'm like, something is definitely going wrong here. So I troubleshooted a lot, and I can't figure out what is wrong with it. I can't figure out if it's a me problem, if it's something to do with something. I don't know, and I am not the greatest technician that's ever lived. I do not know how to work on laptops or anything. This was supposed to be a fun, quick experiment that I was going to do, and it's turned into something that I want to see happen really, really badly, but something that I can't actually see happen because it's a me problem. So if anyone here has any experience doing, you know, laptop work or doing fun projects like this, please contact me, and I will send you out this laptop free shipping, no charge. I will just send it to you, and all I'm asking realistically is for you to update me on it and maybe ship it back to me. You don't have to. It'd be a cool thing for you to have, but either tell me how you fixed it or ship it back to me. If you can't fix it, ship it back. I'll pay for shipping for you to ship it back to me so I can find someone else to ship it to. You don't have to do this last part, but I think it would be really cool if you made a YouTube video on it, just saying we could do something about that, you know. But if anyone thinks that they can troubleshoot this, I include every single part, every cord, not all the screws. That's a different story. You know, stripping most of them doesn't help. I'm including the keyboard. I'm including everything that came with the laptop, pretty much all the cords and everything, except for that Wi-Fi card. Actually, I am throwing the Wi-Fi card in there. So everything will be with your package. I'll make sure to package it up really nicely. I'll include a mouse in there as well. Well, I may include a mouse in there. I don't know yet. I'll try to give you everything you could need to fix it, but hopefully you already have everything you'll need to fix it. Again, if you can't fix it, you'll be in contact with me. Just ship it back. I'll pay for all that. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching this video. The laptop thing is not just a free laptop, by the way. You'll have to put in the work and the effort. I'll be very disappointed if you just steal a laptop from me and just go along with your day. I mean, it's not really a laptop anymore. There's no screws. But if someone really thinks that they can do this, kudos to you. Please help me, because I think this could really be a cool thing to do, but I just don't have the skills to do it. I'll tinker with it until someone buys it, and I will have like an update in the comments section. If someone hasn't bought it, you can go to the Build Lab contact form. It'll be first link in the description, and I'll get back to you within 2 to 3 business days. Hopefully we can do something about this. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out. You don't need to fall, you